there. Welcome to Within Living's YouTube channel. My name is Lois and I'm so happy that you're here. I do thank you for coming here. I appreciate you being here. I thank you for watching my videos. And may I ask of you, would you please go ahead and watch the video all the way to the end? Why? Because my content is really very potent, right? I bring content to you that's going to provoke you in a good way to think below the surface. You're going to find a lot of information in my content. And so when you listen all the way through to the end, it's going to serve you best. And may I also suggest that you watch this video more than once, because again, as I said, my content is packed, it's potent. All right, so all my conversations here at Within Living, whether it's on YouTube or on my website at WithinLiving.com, my one-on-one coaching, my courses, or my spirituality community, all my conversations, right, they're going to be focused on spirituality. And when I say spirituality, I'm talking about specifically consciousness. And when I say consciousness, I mean the consciousness of going back to your awareness of being. Our awareness of being is that state of life, if you will, the breath of life. It is called the soul. In the science, we call that the subconscious mind. In religion, they call that the spirit, or some people call it the Holy Spirit. It's called the Christ presence or the God presence. It really doesn't matter what we call it. It is the same thing. And so my information here and my conversations here are always going to be provoking you to look a little deeper under the surface, really, right? To really go back within and become acquainted to your true, authentic God self, the true nature of who you are, this soul that I'm talking about, right? Because it is the very essence of you. It's the breath of life of you. It's what lifes you. It is God within you. That's why you are God. And yes, my friend, that's what I said. You are God. You are God within, because the soul of you, it is an infinite, eternal being. It is the identical image and reflection of God, who we call God, the superconscious mind. It is God keyed load. So that's what all my content is about here. So again, thank you for being here. I appreciate and I value you. And may I ask that you look in my description box right there, and you'll find all my services and some gifts I have to offer also. You'll find them in my description box. And I'm inviting you, come join us in our community, okay? So if this video serves you and you like it, would you please go ahead and give a thumbs up, right? Give us a like and drop a comment in the comments box. I love hearing from you. And I like participating with you. And if you'd like to know about me and why I bring this conversation, or feel that I should be bringing this conversation, then you can find my bio on my website. All right, now I want to have a juicy conversation for you today, right? And this one, I want to title this one somewhere along the line of the universe is mental and God is all mind. So let me ask you this. What are some of your thoughts? You don't have to, you can answer them, put them in the comments box. I'd love to hear your ideas. Or if you'd rather not, then just answer it to yourself. But I'm asking you to really answer this question because I think it will help you on your spiritual awakening journey to get clearer on some things. So who have you been perceiving God or the universe to be? And how have you been perceiving that you actually are corresponding or communicating with God or the universe? What have your thoughts been on those two topics right there? So again, either drop it in the comments box or answer it to your own self. So I'm here today to share with you, to let you know that who we call God or who we call the universe, it's all mind. It's this. It's just this. It's not this. No, and it's not the trinkets out here. Is it in this? And is it in the trinkets? Absolutely. Of course it is. There's nothing in existence that exists now or have ever existed or could ever exist that does not exist in God and did not come out from God. All things are in God. God is the source of everything. So when we say that the universe or God is mental, what exactly are we saying? Well, my friend, I want to take you back to your thoughts. And that's why thoughts become things. So when we actually hear the thoughts in our head, right? The thoughts that we hear in our head are what we call the thoughts of the monkey mind. But we also have other thoughts that are going on within us in the subconscious mind or the soul. Each of us individually in humanity, in the human experience, we are God, yes, as the soul. The soul, as I said, it's mind. Mind means it's all energy, pure, unadulterated, potent, infinite energy. And that energy is occupying your and my and all humanity's physical bodies in this physical experience, with the unique identification of our unique and precious personalities. And whatever our personalities are, they are precious. They are priceless. We're perfect exactly the way we are, people. We are because we're God. And God is in every aspect of our lives, even those parts of our lives that we think we don't like or we want to change. God is the reflective part of that as well. So it serves us best if we begin to embrace all aspects of us and love all aspects of us, right? So again, the soul, it is not the body, pardon me, but it has the body. It has the personality that is your unique personality or my personality. It has the name of your unique name or of my unique name. Those are things that serves it at this time in this human experience. But the soul is not the body. The soul is not the personality. The soul is not the name. That is not your true identity at all. Your true identity is I am. It is God. That is your true name. That is your true identity. Your true nature is pure. It is divine. It is the very nature of the source of it, who is absolute perfection. So going back to God, the universe, being mind, the soul, that part of you that you can't see with your physical eyes, you can't feel it, you can't touch it, you can experience it, yes. I have, and many people I coach have. You can, and other people, tons of other people have experienced it. You can experience it, you can discern it, but you can never physically feel it like you can feel, say, the heart. The heart is an organ, and the heart can be taken out. A surgeon can take the heart out, and you can look at it, feel it, touch it, smell it, yeah? You can't do that with the soul. The soul, as I said, it is all energy, potent, infinite energy. Your soul is in you at this time, but it's also elsewise. But it is still your unique soul at this time, right? And the soul, there are multitudes of souls, and the 8.4 billion of us, humanity on the face of the earth, we are all souls. In this soul is all the thoughts of the collective. The collective is the collective mind or collective thoughts, which is mind of all humanity, all 8.4 billion souls on the earth at this time. And at this time, this is now May of 2025, the year 2025. What happens then? We are one God. It's one source, one Godhead. We are all the one Godhead with unique individualized expressions, if you will, in each unique soul. Each of the 8.4 billion souls come out of this one Godhead and are in this one Godhead, because there can be no separation ever from God. You just can't be. So because we're all in this one mind, the superconscious mind, there are thoughts going on inside of us that we're not aware of, especially before we become spiritual awakened, right? And even for some of us after we become spiritual awakened, but until we begin to live in consciousness. And that's what I mean when I say my conversations are focused on consciousness. They're focused on going back within and connecting back with and living in mindfulness, a presence, a conscious awareness of the inner thoughts. And why is this important? And what does it have to do with being mind? It is important because we now know through the science, right? The neuroscience research now validates to us that each and every one of us individually, as the human experience, you, my friend, you personally, individually, each and every day, you have over 70,000 thoughts that are going on through your mind. Did you get that? 70,000 thoughts per day. Over 70,000 thoughts a day. And you're going to say to me, well, Lois, how could that be? I didn't even hear, how come I don't hear them? No. No. And we should be really happy that we're not hearing all of them. It drives us mad if we did. What's happening, my friend, is that 95% of those 70,000 thoughts, so that's about what? 60,000, 65,000 plus thoughts are going on inside you each and every single day subconsciously. Subconsciously, in the subconscious mind, or what we call the soul, who is the I amness of you, who is your breath of life of you, who is the God presence of you. When we're not living in consciousness and we're not present within us, connected to the soul, the source of us, right? We're totally and completely out of touch with those thoughts. Totally. Yeah, because they're not the thoughts that are screaming to you in the head. No, the thoughts that you hear, the monkey chatter going on in the brain, that's just a tiny, tiny fraction. So if you have over 70,000 thoughts going on in your subconscious mind, and get this now, 95% of those thoughts that are going on in your subconscious mind are running your entire life. That, my friend, is the science. Yes, the science validates that. It validates that. These are where your dominant thoughts are. These are your dominant thoughts. Your dominant thoughts are not the ones up here so much. No. Your dominant thoughts are the most dominant, potent energy. And this brings us back now to mind. If you're having over 70,000 thoughts a day, and if over 95% of those thoughts are running your life, in other words, all of your life experiences, everything that you do, you're brushing your teeth, you're combing your hair, you're driving your car, you're putting on your clothes, you're eating, you're picking up your fork, right? I want to drink some coffee, I pick up a mug. I'm not thinking consciously, deliberately about every single step of doing those things. You're not either. You're not. When was the last time that you gave conscious, deliberate consideration and thought to taking a breath? You never have. No, you never have. When you went to sleep last night, when were you consciously, deliberately thinking and planning waking up this morning? You didn't. You didn't. That was all your subconscious thoughts. It happened in your subconscious mind, your soul. That was God of you carrying that out for you. So the point that I want us to get to is this. Now that you understand that there's over 70,000 thoughts going on in your mind every day, 95% of them are operating in your subconscious mind or your soul at the subconscious level. And if you're not living in consciousness, you're not aware of them. And even when you're living in consciousness, you're only really being in touch with maybe 5% of them. You're only impacting when you're consciously, deliberately affirming. You're only consciously working on maybe a fraction of any of that. 5% is a lot. 5% is a lot. So you're operating subconsciously. And what you're operating on subconsciously, you said, well, Lois, you said I had over 70,000 thoughts. Yes, but what are those thoughts? What do you think those thoughts are? You hear them in the head as words. And I did a video way back where we were talking about where I went through and described scientifically what was going on with the thoughts, because when we hear them in the head, they're not exactly, when you're, say, quote, talking to God, God's not hearing your words. No. No. The words are for you, the human experience. That's not what your soul is hearing. That's not what your soul is hearing. Your soul is hearing the energy, the vibration. That's what we call vibration. High vibration, low vibration, in between. So their energy, their thoughts, it's pure energy. Every word you think is energetic. Behind that word, pardon me, you hear the thought in your mind of a word, and you hear it in the form of a word because in your mind, there's a section of the brain in there that has a linguistic pattern that formulates and articulates the sound of words that allow you to hear it in the form of words. If you're an English-speaking person, it allows you to hear it and understand it in English. If you're a French-speaking person, it allows you to hear it and understand it in French. If you're a Spanish or Latin or Italian-speaking person, it allows you to hear it and understand it in that language. But for the soul of you, for your mind's purpose, it hears it in energy. So at the end of the day, to sum it all up, if 95% of your life is being operated unconsciously by the subconscious mind, and you're having over 70,000 thoughts going through that mind all day, and if the thoughts that we have, the energy, become the things or the experiences, then can you see, my friend, that 95% of your life experiences, almost all of your life experiences, are the outplay or the outer reflection or illusions of your inner convictions of the underlying dominant thoughts, which are your convictions. That's what a conviction is. That's what a conviction is. A convictions mean it has been imprinted on the subconscious mind and is now accepted as a solidified truth in your life. That's what a conviction is. It is true unto me. That's the law. That's the law of assumption in a nutshell. That's what faith is. Faith is the substance of the thing hoped for and the evidence of the thing not yet seen. In other words, the evidence of it is in you, in the energy. So if we say then the universe and God is all mine, God is. There's a video I had back called God is a Frequency and So Are You. And I'm going to link it here in this box. I'm going to put it in my description box for you. Go back and listen to that. Listen to that with this one. It'll make a lot more sense for you. But God is frequency. You are frequency. The universe is frequency. And I wanted to bring this to you to really provoke you to start thinking about these things. Because if you will begin to identify and understand who you truly, truly are, and begin to disconnect from some of your previous beliefs that you are just these finite boxes. This is a body thing. Ooh, I love the body. Yes, I do. But I'm not it. Neither are you. No. No. And I think the more we recognize we love it and we care for it, we nurture it, but the more we recognize and detach from the identity of simply identifying with these things here and with this world out here, and become more in harmony within us, what is going on within us, of who we truly, truly, truly are within us, that we are the soul. How amazing is that? I mean, really, right? That we really are the soul. We are divine, infinite beings. We are eternal beings. We've been living for millennia, and we're going to continue living on for many more millennia to come. It can't end. It cannot end. And when we begin to have this awareness now, and when we begin to consciously turn within us, start being mindful of our thoughts. And those thoughts that I'm talking about, that's running lives, everybody's lives. The over 70,000 thoughts a day, of which 95% are running the lives, right? You will observe that, like I said before, they're not the thoughts you're going to hear in the chatter in the mind. They're not the ones. But they'll come to you. Sometimes it feels like just a very slight wave, like just a woof of something. Or you think you heard something, but did you really hear it? Or it could come to you like a feeling of, let's say, someone who has deep-rooted feelings of fear. It may come to you as sudden, a sudden fright or a sudden apprehension about something for really no logical reasoning. Or the logical mind might try to add things up to show you. But you have that feeling, right? And other times, it will come to you as what we call an inspiration. That's where inspiration comes from those same thoughts. Now, as you begin to monitor these thoughts, which are all energy form, and again, here I'm proving to you that it's mind, it's energy. Because when you hear it in the subconscious mind, like I said, it's not just the audible loud words. They're more a wave, more a vibration, and it registers in the mind as, quote, words, as a thought, as an idea. What you need to pay attention to is you need to start observing those inner thoughts that you're having. And you'll discover that a lot of them are conversations you're having with yourself. You're having conversations with yourself, or you're probably having conversations with somebody else. And the conversations with other people are usually the conversations that in the egoic self, we're not courageous enough to just bold-facedly tell them to their face. So behind their back, we think we're just telling them off. And we're having that conversation within us. You'll also observe that some of those thoughts, when you hear them, you wonder, where in the world did that come from? Where would that ever come from in my life? I don't think that way. I don't feel that way. I've never experienced that. Why? Because they're thoughts of other people. They're thoughts of other people. Other people's thoughts are within you. Don't you know? Haven't you heard of the thing that's called mental telepathy? Other people are sending you thoughts. Other people are sending you thoughts every day, all day long. And I don't mean like they're consciously sitting there and saying, oh, I'm sending this thought to you. No, I don't mean like that. Some people may do that. Yeah, maybe. I prefer to think on the positive side of things, so I'm going to say no. But the way it comes is when we're not mindful because we're the one mind. Again, it's one mind. The source is mind. God is mind. The universe is mind. So everybody's thoughts are going on in this one mind. And we're all a part of this one mind. So because we're all a part of this one mind, we're crossing paths with other people's thoughts as well. I'm reminded of a scripture at this moment in the good book. And it says, guard your heart with all diligence, because from it flows the issues of life. And the word heart in that context is not the organ, the thing that a surgeon can take out. No. The correct word in that context, when you do the etymology of the word, is the word soul. So in other words, friend, begin to learn to guard your soul. Protect your soul. Nurture your soul. Care for your soul. Be very thoughtful, very considerate about what information you allow to be received into your soul. And remember, your soul is not only receiving information based on what you hear. So start being mindful about what you hear. You always want to listen to the bad news. You like being caught up in the high drama. Then understand that you are imprinting this upon your soul. You are doing this to your soul. And if you do this to your soul has no other option but to spit it back out to you as your life experience, my friend. And it's not just the thoughts, the words you're hearing. It's anything to do with your five senses. So anything you see, smell, taste, touch, feel, whatever those five senses are. Guard your soul. Choose only to expose your soul to the things that are going to serve you well. Choose only those things that are going to resonate in your soul as the thoughts of your soul that are going to work for your highest good, to live your true authentic life. I don't mean authentic up here from the ego. I mean from the I am state of being, the God state of being. Choose only those things, my friend, that are in absolute harmony with the divine nature of who the soul is. So I trust that this content, no, I set an intention that this content, yes, I did. I set an intention before I started recording that this content was going to bring some clarity to you today, just to share with you and remind you that God and who we call the universe, who is God also, spirit, there's nothing separate or apart from God, is all mind. It's all energy, my friend. It's all mental. It's all mental. It's mental. It's not physical. It is not physical. So be blessed by this content. I appreciate you watching, and I certainly appreciate you watching all the way to the end. I want to thank you for that. I would really appreciate it now if you go ahead and give a like. If this video has blessed you, then send it off and share it with someone else. Give us a like. Drop me a comment in the box. I sure like exchanging information with you. So if you message me, I will message you back. And go ahead over to my website at WithinLiving.com. And again, I'm inviting you, come join our community, all right? Because people are being transformed. In fact, I'm going to post some testimonials on my website. You can come over to my website and read the testimonials of the experiences that some of the people are having in our community. It has been really transformative. So until next time, I'm going to say peace. Bye-bye for now. And remember, there's one God. There's one and only one God. There's only one God, one consciousness, and we're all it. We're reflections of it, but we are it. We're the holographic reflection of it. We are the whole of it. It can't be separated. We're not fragments of it. We're all it. We're all it. How amazing is that? And so from this one consciousness, I send you one love. We're all the one love. We're just love, people. One love. And that love has no boundaries. And it casts no judgments. It's unconditional. I send that love to you today. So until next time, bye-bye for now.